All right, good afternoon. So let me see if I get this right. Today is Saturday. Last week, I, for whatever reason, called Friday Saturday. So now I guess I'm right. Today is Saturday, 12:18 p.m. 12:18 p.m. in California, United States. I appreciate the participation of everybody. I thank you so much for all the followers, for the subscribers, for the thumbs up, for watching my videos that I post out there. It has been a very, very good experience. You know, for the first time, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but for the first time, one of my video was took down by YouTube, and I still don't know why. Maybe I do. I don't know, but it is what it is. We are living a very weird, uncomfortable, awkward times when it comes to freedom of expression. I already know who is in control of everything, not only here in the United States, but abroad. And one group of people, they call themselves Nation 2, can't say it, can't mention, can't talk about it, but I guess a lot of people out there knows. Thank you for the thumbs up, thank you for participating. So a lot of people out there knows who and what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, we are living in a very, very uncomfortable time. Thank you, Lucy, I appreciate. Thank you so much. Well, let's see how far we're gonna get with this. I, hope that I can still be on a YouTube channel, Braden Free. I don't know how to pronounce your name. My apologies. Thank you so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hi, and thank you for your subscription. Thank you for becoming a member of our channel. No charge. And speaking of that, looks like we are 19 followers away to become the 1,000 subscribers. So we are almost there, and I hope you guys today can participate. And I have to be brutally honest with myself. My numbers when it comes to watching on my platform, my live presentation has been going down, and it is what it is. No, I can't say your name, but I appreciate. Uh, Thank you for stopping by. So anyway, I don't know how far I'm gonna go on a YouTube channel. That's the only live presentation that I'm doing right now. I still have the Instagram, and which is Carlos Todd, Carlos TODD, Carlos Todd, Carlos TODD 6363. Okay, so if you guys want to subscribe on Instagram, you are welcome too. The good thing about the Instagram page is that on the Instagram, you guys can, send me messages, ask me questions and stuff like that, and you can learn a little bit more about myself. So it's just a suggestion, okay? Thank you. I appreciate. And Basumatari, I don't know. That's it. Thank you, sir. So anyway, like I said, there is so many weird stuff going on here in the United States and abroad. We know what's going on in the Middle East and all the wars out there, wars between Ukraine and Russia, and who knows who is going to be next. But I guess that's I'm not going to say new normal because it is what it is, right? That's how human society decide to live their lives. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles, California, United States. I appreciate your question. And by the way, speaking of questions, if you guys have any question for me, you can go ahead and ask. Can be at a personal level, can be a business level, can be at a political level. Of course, I don't have to tell you that even here and mostly here in the United States, on these days, we need to be very careful what we're talking about, what kind of opinion we have to give, because we've been kind of well controlled here, and I don't want YouTube channel to take me down because I gave my opinion, and my opinion wasn't the way they like me to say it or to give it. So if I don't answer the way you'd like to hear from me, my apologies in advance. Hey, hello from India. Hey, guess what? There is a lot of followers. I have a lot of followers from India, Pakistan, and some other countries. Matter of fact, I received an update from YouTube, and India is like it's on the top 5 probably, you know. And speaking of India, I don't know if you guys are following the situation on the TikTok. Right now, TikTok is still staying. Looks like that most of the TikTok will be controlled by United States, by American companies. And I was wondering why, because the past 6-7 months since the 2025 started, TikTok was acting weird, different. You know, it wasn't the TikTok anymore. You know, it's just like weird thing. But anyway, for now, TikTok is staying. If I understood, the prime owners will control about 20 something percent of TikTok, and the rest will be controlled by American company. Yeah, I know that. Raju. I know. It has been like that for a long time, right? And here was like pending, shaking. It's still like, you know. But like I said, even though TikTok looks like it's gonna stay, but for the record, the TikTok we have right now, it is not the TikTok that used to be. For the record, okay? It's something else, and it's not that because they took me down, because they took me down too. Let me talk about this because, folks, that is this utopic idea. A lot of people think that freedom of speech, the absolute freedom of speech exists. It does not. We do not have 100% freedom of speech, and I can guarantee you there is no place on this planet that you are absolutely free to say what you think, how you feel about political ideas, about people behavior and everything else. A matter of fact, there is a high level of sensibility and sensitivity when it comes to human relations, not in all fields, political and non-political fields. Hello, Maria Nicolas Tavares. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate. thank you for subscribing, guys. Do this, subscribe and share if you can. And by the way, I have so many good videos out there. You know, I may be the suspect of saying that it's so many good because I am the one who are posting those videos. But let me tell you something. Those videos out there, they're pretty good. You know, I did it myself. Of course, I took from information that is already out there, and boom, put it there. So, and I pick the music, I pick everything else, and this is how I do my videos. You should check it out, should share, and this is how we're gonna make this channel a reality, you know. So anyway, going back to the freedom of speech. We don't have that 100% like many people would like to say. Not only in the social media, mainly on the social media. You know why? Because the people who own the social media, generally speaking, I can guarantee that it's going to be at least 75, 80% of these people is one group of people. You know, and if you speak against this group, you're gonna be in trouble. I'm just giving a hint. Don't make the mistake thinking that you can say whatever you wanna say against or on the contrary of anybody else out there, because this is not a true idea. You know, you can feel like you can do it, but you're gonna find out probably the hard way that this is not true. So what I'm trying to say, folks, if you want to keep the social media like this channel, other channel like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, those people, they're very well connected. Those, you know, powerful people. So they're gonna give you a little rope up to a certain point, and then they're gonna pull it out or pull it back. So if you wanna keep this channel and other channel, you need to understand that you cannot practice 100 and absolutely 100% freedom of speech. It's not gonna happen, all right? So be careful what you say, what you do, the kind of videos you're posting out there. And so, you know, if you want to stay longer, like I don't know if I mentioned here, but I think I did. My first video in a few years was took down by YouTube. And I was very, well, I was not surprised because of the reason that I'm telling right now, but it was nothing really wrong on it, because I tried to, you know, to be careful with my words, my language, and stuff like that. And I encourage everybody who participates of my channel to be careful too, you know, what we say, how we say it, because I know we've been watched. We've been watched right now. So because of that, I'm telling you, I'm here talking to you guys, but I'm careful, because if they don't like what I say, if they don't like what I post, like they did it first time in a few years, they took one video down. I'm not gonna say again that I was surprised, but it happens. So now I have again to kind of be careful. I know why they're doing this. I am 100% sure that I know why, but I can, not even that I can say it. So this is how tricky the situation is. So let's be careful out there, okay? If you still want to be on a social media. Yes, you can ask a question, as long, you know, proper words, and have to watch our language. But yes, sir, you can ask me a question, all right? No problem. So yeah, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. If you look at the title on my live today, you see that I'm talking about freedom of speech. We are living in a very uncomfortable, sad, very, very sad moment in history of this planet, but it's not really new. You know, since our existence, at least from the 45,000 years, and now after the Neanderthals, we have a different society, and on the society that we live now, group of humans likes to dominate over others humans. They do not they are not satisfied only with the fact that we are on the animal kingdom, the one who dominate everybody else. But not only that, looks like us, we want to dominate over ourselves too. Now we have those separate groups. We have the Judaism, Muslim, Arabic Jews, Occidental people like Western people, European groups, Asian groups, Latin American groups. This is how we have now. This is what we are now. And for whatever reason, stupidity for sure, power, money, power grabbing kind of situation, we want society, human society, to dominate others. And that's the main reason why we are watching in real time now because of social media, not because of traditional media, because traditional media, if you think, going back to freedom of speech, if you think we have our limitation right here on a social media, you need to be sure that on a traditional news media network is even way larger, a broader control on the information system they call news, right? So anyway, we have a little bit here, but on a traditional news channels, you have very, very little, very little. And you guys know. Anyway, okay, here's the question. Thank you for your question. What do I regret most in my life? I have to think about, because you know that song of Frank Sinatra song, My Way? Check it out, that song, because that song says a lot about myself. But anyway, it is a phrase, lyrics on it, that it says, regrets I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. Regrets I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. But yes, I do have my regrets, and I guess that is one. I believe most of the people that is getting older, they start to realize a lot of waste of time. That is one thing that is almost inevitable, is wasting time. Because time is such a important, precious commodity. And when we are young, we don't understand that. And most of us, I don't want to say everybody, because I don't like to use this kind of expression, like everybody, nobody, always, never. I try to avoid to use those words, because there is no truth on it. Nothing is forever. Nothing is the ever, never, etc. So, but speaking of that, I believe that at least most of us, do not know how to use the time, the most precious commodity in life, time. You know, we don't know how to use that properly with wisdom. It's not because we're bad or good, it's just experience. You know, I came to realize that the good thing about getting older also is a bad thing. So, the good thing when you get older is that you start to understand a lot of things. Really, we do understand a lot of things. And because of that, we want to do so many things in a different way. The bad thing, you're over halfway of your life, maybe a few years ahead of you, and that's how. So you don't get to have enough time to enjoy wisdom, you know? Limited wisdom, because wisdom is something that I think is going to take a lifetime to practice and to learn, because this is the phrase that I carry with me. I really care. I do carry this with me for a long time now. Okay? Life. We are here on this life to learn. We are here to learn. We are here to learn. Everything else is just a distraction. This is something that I keep with me because I realize this is one truth about, or above all the other truth out there, is that it's just a waste of time in many stuff that we do when we are younger. But it takes a long time for many of us to realize that, to understand that we need to care about things that matters most. And the number one is life. What you're seeing right now, and you can see through social media, you see on, here on YouTube the videos, I'm sorry, pictures, information, etc., and also on Instagram and other platforms out there, we call information on a real time. It is the sad part. A lot of that is a sad part about humanity, you know. So when nations, governments, group of people, whatever you want to call, you know, expend so much money, billions, trillions of dollars, building weapons, ammunitions, with the purpose of killing others, you see that we are not normal. You know, and a lot of these people, that's the craziest part of the craziness. Because a lot of those people, they believe they're doing the right thing. That's the scary part of it. You know, so, but what we're gonna do about it, I have no idea. I know what is not working. You know, in business, I normally tell people, you know, potential clients, etc., I tell them that I am specialized in life, and I am an expert on what not to do. That's my specialties. That's where I'm specialized on. I am specialized on what not to do. because there is a lot of people out there, they call themselves PhDs and is specialized in what to do in order to be well succeed, right? Guess what? I am the other way around. If you want to learn from me what you're not supposed to do in life in order to be well succeed, not only on a material field, but on a spiritual level, that's what I talk about it. You know, I am the one who's gonna tell you don't do this and don't do that. Instead of a bunch of people out there who profess themselves to have the solution in telling you what you should do. I am the other guy. I am the what you not, what not, but not to do. That's me. So, and because of that, I can tell you this, I know a few things that is not working. Why? Because history is telling us. History. When I say history, I'm not talking about dozens of years. I'm talking about thousands of years. Humans are practicing two very elementary things in life that is proving more than you can imagine. And right now is the proof of that. Okay? Human right now is practicing politics and religion. And they've been doing this for thousands of years. Not hundreds of years, thousands of years. And it is proving right now at this very moment what we see going on the Middle East, in other countries, in other part of the country, other part of the world, including here, is because of politics and religious groups. And it's not A or B or C or D, it's all of them together. They are doing a great job in failing humanity. And now, I'm pointing what you should not do, right? At the same time, there is people out there, today and tomorrow mainly because people go to their temples, tabernacles, chapels, churches, whatever you want to call out there. So they want to talk about Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, Moses, and all the other prophets out there, what they teach us, what we should do. And guess what? You want to hear this? A lot of these religious people, they're going to go to church today or to their temples, you know, synagogues or whatever you want to call it out there. Those same people, they're going to walk out there, probably going to grab their guns somewhere, or weapons, whatever. Oh, I got to go to war now because I need to kill some people. Is this insanity or what? So I'm just saying that, you know, the lack of common sense, by the way, common sense is something very, very tricky to describe, isn't it? I can talk about common sense 24/7 and we're still not going to come to a common sense. Because common sense is very cultural. You know, I can tell you this, a lot of people, because of their own common sense, they think it is okay to kill their human fellow. People who, you know, have the same aspiration than we do. So that's how I see things, all right? So anyway, it's 12:47 p.m., 12:47 p.m. right here in California. 12:47 p.m., 12:48 now here in California, United States. It's Saturday. Right, it is Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday. So our live presentation is on Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes I do live presentation on Fridays too. Okay, so just be aware of that. I hope you guys share this information. I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys check out the videos, folks. There is a lot of good videos out there that I put on a YouTube and Instagram. And our channel on Instagram is Carlos Todd. Carlos Todd 63, Carlos TODD 63, in case you want to check. Don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe in our channel right here on the YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to share. We want to make this channel a reality, and we're working hard on it. No charge, no nothing. We're just trying to to share information that is going to be good for everybody, not only on a personal level, on a spiritual level, political level, etc. Okay, no problem. Thank you for asking your question. Thank you. I hope I kind of answered your question. Thank you. So yes, tomorrow we're gonna be here too. If you ask me the time, I can tell you. Because it's simple. I come to talk to you guys when I feel like, when I feel that I should do. I go like, well, I think I'm gonna do this now. That's how it is. I don't have a time schedule, not at this moment. Maybe in the future, who knows? Okay? So anyway, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for your questions. If you have any question for me, you can ask. Okay? We are in Los Angeles County, California, United States. Okay? I start talking about the freedom of speech, giving this kind of alert to people out there to use wisely and be careful in what they say, what they talk about it on a social media, traditional media, because we do not have 100% freedom of speech, and that's a reality. Okay? So if you want to stay longer here on YouTube, Instagram, any other platform out there, you have to realize, you have to understand that those people who have these platforms, they are the one who does have the final say about what you say, if it's okay for them or not. Okay, they are the one who gonna say, okay, you're allowed to say this, or you're not allowed to say that. You can post this, you cannot post that. So be careful. That's my recommendation today. Probably I'm gonna say the same thing tomorrow. I try to learn my lesson because I already know what's going on. Folks, I sincerely think that I know what's going on, not only here in the United States, but abroad, some other countries, and European countries, Asia, and mainly European countries, Middle East, and here in the United States. I kind of know what's going on, so it's up to us, how we're gonna navigate those complicated waters, if I will. All right? Thank you. Today is kind of very pleasant weather, nice weather. The sun is out there. It's not too hot. we're cooling down here in the United States. We are on a fall season. In a couple of months, we're gonna have a winter time, and that's it's gonna mean a lot of cold, icy situation for many states here in the United States. And matter of fact, in some states, high altitude, it's already snowing somewhere. Colorado, I believe it's some snow out there. Here up in California in the mountains, you're gonna have some snow too. So yeah, for those who on the other part of the world, this is fall season, and temperature is going down a little bit. It's cooling off. Okay. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate. Okay. Thank you. If you can, share too. If you can. If you cannot, I understand. All right, folks. If you have any question, let me know. Let me just share a little bit here. Let me send here. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Sorry for that, folks. 1:24 a.m. Yeah, that's right. So you are on Sunday. Yeah, that's how it is. Like I said, I have a quite few followers from India and that part of the planet, And I know for a lot of you guys, it's already Sunday. And to me, it's kind of, I tell folks sometimes, when I talk to people from India and other Asian countries, some African countries, I tell them, look, it's a good thing because it's a good sign for us on this part. That means we're gonna have Sunday because it's already Sunday somewhere. Thank you. Yep. I'm gonna give me a minute. I'm sending an invitation again, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I'm back. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, sorry about that, folks. I was sending some invitations. My apologies. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. Thank you. And Rock Empowerment, yes, thank you. Hi. Well, for your question, how old I am, I'm old. Not too old, I guess. Depends who you ask. Old enough to learn something here and there every day. Thank you, Rocket Empowerment. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you can. I appreciate. That would be great. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers. We are almost there. We're less than 20 people to get to 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to make this channel a very good and huge reality. This is like the empowerment to talk about stuff that we want to talk about. I'm here in California. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate your thumbs up. I appreciate everything you guys been doing, okay? Thank you. You're guessing right. Keep guessing. But I appreciate your guessing. Thank you. You're in Las Vegas. Guess what? Rock Empowerment. Let me tell you something. You want to hear this? I lived in Vegas about 10 years. Yep. I lived there. I still have family and relatives living there, some friends. Once in a while, I stop by Vegas. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be in Vegas this month. We have some important family uh, meeting on this month. So, but yeah, I guess I know a little. I guess I know a little bit about Vegas. I guess you can say that. Thank you for stopping by, guys. So look, feel free to ask me anything. I really like to answer questions. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. If I feel like I can't answer that, we have to be careful what we say in these days. Unfortunately, I was just talking about in the beginning of this live about the freedom of speech, right? So we're not that free like people like to think. Mandalay Bay, I know very well. So you live in a south kind of part of Vegas. Uh-huh. I know Mandalay Bay. Good, man. Good. Oh, the South Outlet. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, the South Outlet, it's indoor, right? The north one, kind of towards downtown area, it's outdoor. See, I know. It was 10 years there. Thank you so much, man. Oh, the in and out there. Oh, I see. Wait a second. In and out. I forgot what is the in and out, but I know it's somewhere by the freeway nearby, right? The exit there. Hey, thank you, China. David Swenson, thank you so much for stopping by, folks. Question: will all become conscious? Well, define, because I was just talking about earlier before you get here, I was talking about common sense, right? I was like, common sense is probably one of the most difficult element to define. Why? Because common sense is very cultural. It's not as simple as people think. You probably heard the phrase out there, people's gonna, oh, it's a matter of common sense. Exactly. And that's where things become a little tricky, right? So conscious, I was just mentioning it before you get here. I was telling, look, there is people out there that goes to church, to the temple, to synagogue, to wherever they go, religious people. They go, they pray, they get emotional. Some of them even cry. And they talk about the love of God, the love of Christ, the love of whatever. And then right after, they can grab their gun or whatever and go to war and kill their fellow human being. And they think they're justified. Is that conscious? Is that common sense? That's how crazy people are crazy. Actually, I came to the conclusion that we are all insane. It's just different level. Very little insane, and then the obvious insanity, But I think we all do stupidity. Stupidity is part of the human behavior, and we all do crazy things, and we all do insanity. So, we human looks like some people like to be under the control of someone. And some people like to be on the control, over the control of everything, or some people, some group. Some people like the feeling of controlling things. And some people like to be controlled. Some people like to be told what they should do, what they should not do. Is this insanity? It's like, that's why you have all this big mess. Look, if you want to know who is responsible for everything stupid that is going on right now, I'll tell you right now, humanity. Okay? No, I don't know. I don't know that figure. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Especially Chinese version of AI. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, Blue Diamond. Okay, wow, wow. That's kind of further south, huh? Further south that one. But then it's not a by Mandalay Bay, is it? Because I know Blue Diamond Road, right? That's what is that casino over there? They have the TA, a truck stop there. They have, I forgot the name of that casino there. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay, Fire Temple, all right. Simians have this kind of behavior in nature. No, I don't know. I appreciate you introducing them to us. Thank you. Let me tell you something. It's not gonna be. It's a kind of a confidentiality to everybody. By definition, okay. Let me just say this so you guys kind of understand where I kind of stand myself on this whole philosophical part of life. I am a self-made philosophical person, I guess. You know, not on a professional level, but I value the philosophical way of life because I realized that although we want so much money and power, at least most of us, right? I came to the conclusion that when you go to those grave sites, to a funeral service or stuff like that, which I don't attend, it's just like we heard story, we see videos, etc. One or two of my videos, I kind of post something about, you know, what happened to us when, you know, we die. The point is, when you pass, whatever was your goal financially, materially, monetarily, it's gone. And whatever, spiritually speaking, philosophically speaking, that probably, I repeat, probably, you're probably gonna keep it. Okay? So I am doing my own studies. I am building my own philosophical way of thinking naturally. It start to happening. It's almost like in this. I can't even describe that. But I start to understand life better, and this is when I start to do those live presentations. So when people come out there and want to talk about this stuff, look, I'm not telling you to abandon your financial goals, your financial life, your material life, because you need to take care of that while you're still here. What I'm saying is that we need to find a balance, and if you have to prioritize, you have to establish the priorities You need to know how to solve that balance. Because end of the day, you're gonna grow old, and then you're gonna start realizing the importance of the spiritual side of you. So time, it's a very, very precious commodity. I said this in the beginning of this live presentation. I'm telling you again. You see, and I'm gonna tell you something, okay? This is the level, or different level that I am when you talk about, when you die, you don't take nothing but your soul, right? And see, this is the thing that I'm trying to say, because that is, when you remove the philosophical part of it, the religious part of it, absolutely nothing. It's 100% sure. Now, that has been said, if you want to take a chance on life after this life, you better bank on a spiritual level. You see? Understand what I'm saying? Because you and me, we cannot prove anything 100% afterlife. We have theology, we have philosophical thoughts on it, and religious thought, and everything else, right? But it's nothing 100% certain. The most certain is not even 100%. The most certain thing is that we are going to die. Okay? So, because of that, you and me, we heard a lot of things. Just pay attention to this, okay? You and me, we heard a lot of things about life after death. We heard all the doctrines, the teachings for thousands of years, the books, scriptures, thoughts, philosophy, philosophers, prophets, whatever you name it, or whatever you call, okay? We heard about those things. But yourself, you and me, we didn't cross that. Although sometimes some of us, we had some experience. I did. I can talk about this some other time. I'm a guy who kind of had some experience, on this transitioning kind of situation. You're talking a guy who had a quadruple bypass and quadruple stents, some stuff that really happened to me, but it's still nothing, absolutely nothing but those things that I just mentioned, religion, philosophy, philosopher, everything else. Besides that, absolutely nothing, it's absolutely sure. So, because we have this subconscious or idea or, teachings or whatever, maybe part of us is telling us that this could be true. Whatever reason, there is a possibility of life after this life, right? So because of that, we need to bank on those possibilities. So you live a life, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years, 100 years plus, right? And most of this time period here, most of the time we are banking on material level. Look, I'm not talking about religion, and I do not want to talk about religion. I'm talking about the spirituality here. Okay? Please let me be very clear. Okay? Religion had nothing to do with what I'm talking right now. But because we are here, spending all those decades of life, thinking about buying a house, buying a car, having money on the bank, gold, diamonds, name it, properties, investments on the market, being a rich, being a millionaire, or being a billionaire, or even trillionaire, right? Time is gonna go by, and then death is gonna knock. Hello? Time to go. That's what I'm talking about. Then you're gonna look and you're gonna see that your bank is like this, with so much money in there and everything else, and dozens of fake friends and not too loyal family and relatives, etc., etc., etc. You're gonna leave. So the question is, in case, please understand the rationality of this. You're leaving. Everything you're gonna leave behind. What you're gonna take is yourself. Yourself. Here. What you're taking with you. Now, if nothing's gonna happen after life, still, you're gonna think about what kind of life you live. There is folks out there, I have some stories I can tell you, you know. Let me tell you a story. And that guy who lives in Las Vegas, that happened in Nevada, I believe, some years ago. You know, there was this guy who lived in this neighborhood, simple life, kind of retiree kind of life, okay? This was in Nevada, our neighbor state here in California. So, he was the guy who barely talked to his neighbor. Everybody knew that he lived there because he, once in a while, he took the trash out and put the trash can back. You know, little things here and there, but most of the time he was like inside of his house, like myself. I kind of live most of the time a kind of lonely life, which is okay. I rather being by myself in some situations, right? But anyway, this guy, he lived this life for like weeks, months, you know, and sometimes folks couldn't see him for weeks, right? So listen to this. So, and then time went by, days, weeks, and the neighbor was like, well, I don't see this guy. Well, I was just wondering if he's okay or not, but he don't talk to anybody, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, I think it was like a month or a little bit over a month, a neighbor decided to call the police. Said, look, I'm gonna call the police. I don't wanna knock on his door. I'm gonna call the police. So call the police came, knock on his door, nobody answered. So they decided to force the entry, open the door, whatever, the smell was horrible. And this is a real story, okay? The smell was horrible. Wow. Well, walk a little bit, they found his body lay on the couch. He was laid on the couch. And the way he looks was like probably weeks. He was dead weeks. Long story short, blah, 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 this, investigation, this, natural cause, no foul play on this death. Okay, so they go through the stuff. On the garage, they found on those shelves a lot of cases. They opened the cases, there was gold, cash. Well, long story ending, was about $7.5 million in, gold and cash and some other jewelry, whatever. Nobody really visited him. He didn't have any relative or friends or whatever who come by. He didn't have a relationship. He didn't go on vacation. He didn't do anything like that, just live there. Then, guess what? He had this sister who lives here in California. The only family or relative was this sister. Never visited him. She got everything. See, she inherited everything. I'm just saying that we have to kind of learn a little bit how we live our lives. Just a little bit. No matter what you do, you're gonna get there. Hello, I'm here. I'm gonna get you. Time to go. Oh, can I take this? No. Just leave behind because you're not gonna need this. Okay, where am I going? Don't know. You don't know. You think you know. You heard about it. Somebody did teach you about it, about life after death, but you don't know. You don't know for sure. You can have the feeling, the hope, the faith, whatever you want to call. You can have all of that. But at the end of the day, 100% sure, no. You don't know. Because of that, what I'm saying is, live your life the best way possible. Minimize your regrets. It's gonna happen. We are humans. Minimize. And remember, those who enjoy life in a better way are the people who learn by others' mistakes and learn with their own mistakes in a quick way possible. And if you have to expend time in something, put more efforts, more time, more energy on the spiritual level. Never mind religion. I'm talking about the spirituality, please. So that's what I'm saying. If something, like a lot of people hope so, have faith and believes, if something good is about to happen when you die, so be it. But in case we are all wrong and some are right, at least you live a good and good spiritual life. That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm not talking about pleasing people. I'm talking about doing the right thing the best way possible. Not the dogmatic right thing. Do the right thing the best way possible. Learn, and learn. and don't get distracted by those material things. That's what I'm saying. Great. Thank you so much for watching. And I should be, if everything goes well, I should be here tomorrow. See you next time. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please share. Don't forget to watch my videos. Okay? I'm here on YouTube and I'm also on Instagram page. Thank you. You take care of yourself.